Well, I hope you guys all had a good time at Special Area. As you guys know, I start every day with the scoreboard. Yeah. Ruth, would you do me a favor and shut the door? Just put the white thing on the door. All right. So, congratulations. Still go to Ravenclaw students. They broke 3,000 points. So, Ravenclaw is currently at 3,170. In second place right now is Gryffindor at 3,020. Slytherin's in third place with 2,975. And not far behind is Hufflepuff House with 2,720. And before I begin, guys, I have just one announcement. Mrs. Mullen addressed the way that she is switching with her work. So in Mrs. Mullen's math class, she's going to be collecting all of your paperwork. In language arts, what I'm going to do, because I've been doing it this way all year, is I'm going to keep everything, John, the desk stays on the ground. I'm going to be doing it exactly the way we've done it all year. So I'm not going to change the way that anybody hands in their assignments. You guys are still going to take pictures of your notebook pages for me to upload a picture of your notes. You guys are also going to continue to hand in your summaries digitally, and we will continue to do our quizzes on Google Classroom. Okay, so there's going to be no change to the way that you guys are handing in your work. Get going and jump right into the lesson, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, everybody take out your agendas and please write down the homework. Take out your agenda and please write down the homework. And I'm going to cover the agenda for the week. Today, your homework is to finish any past due assignments, including your Frayer model, if you don't get it done in class today. Yes? I'll give you one. How's that sound? In addition, because this week is not like any other week, I've put an agenda for the week up so you guys can know exactly what to expect from ELA this week. Okay? You guys can see that today on Monday, this is what we're going to be doing. Rylan, what is it that we're going to do today?
Frayer vocabulary models.
Good. He said Frayer vocabulary models. And that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to go over directions and then we'll get you guys working on those. Tomorrow, okay, we are going to be doing what, Parker?
Practice for the New York State test.
Very good. So tomorrow, guys, Tuesday, we will be doing practice for the New York State test, which happens to be on Thursday. So this week on Thursday, we'll be taking the New York State test. And then on Friday, we're going to be sharing your vocabulary models. And then with any extra time we have, I will allow you guys to work on back due work because many people owe me assignments. Are there any questions about the agenda for the week? Yes, Sophia?
Tomorrow will our list change because we're practicing for the New York State test?
Will what list change?
Schedule. Yeah.
No, schedule's going to stay exactly the same. Does somebody online have a question?
This is something we do. What is it, Leslie?
Yes, Mrs. Holmes, how can I answer your question?
Hold on. She was wondering if the practice for the ELA state test was like a real practice or is it a STAR test?
No, this is practice. So what? And I know Mrs. Mullen does this with you guys with math as well. No, we're going to go right to the Questar practice site page. I'm going to tell you guys more about that tomorrow. But basically what I'm going to do is reintroduce you guys to the tools that you're going to be using on Thursday's test. All right, I'm just going to be showing you what the test is going to look like, what the different buttons are. So that way on Thursday, you guys are very, very comfortable. Tomorrow, it's all about just practicing. You're not going to be graded about any of that stuff, but I will show you what the test is going to look like. I will show you all of the different features, what every button does, and basically how you guys are going to be taking that test. Okay, does that answer your question? Any other questions? All right, if there's no questions, then let's jump right in. Okay, so guys, I want to do a quick review. And Mrs. Mullen, I want to ask you, do you want to stay on while I give the directions, or do you just want to go ahead and give the directions and then get working?
Yeah, we'll piece you out. See you later.
All right, bye, Mrs. Mullen. And then same, Mrs. Faulkner and Mrs. Holmes, do you guys want to stay on? I'm just going to cover directions to remind students about all the different parts of the Frayer model and how to use the online dictionary.
We're staying.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you guys have all done these before. At least you all should have done these before. At the end of chapter 5, we did a Frayer vocabulary model. All right, and for anybody that may be new, Rylan, you haven't been in school in a while, Jasmine, if you were paying attention when you were in the hallway, you saw examples of these Frayer vocabulary models on lockers out in the hallway. All right, so today you guys are going to be working on these. So just a review. Frank, just as a review, I want you guys to be paying attention up here right now. Frayer models are fun, simple ways for you guys to learn new vocabulary. Today, about 10 to 15 minutes to go over directions right now, and then you guys are going to have the rest of class, which will be at least an hour, Sophia, to work on completing your model. So here are the directions, and if you guys forget anything at any point, you guys can go onto the blog and you guys can review these directions for yourself. I'll cover them now. So step 1, Casey, you know we're going to find a fun, interesting, new, or challenging word from what chapters here? 5 through 13. Now don't do it now. Don't just wait for me to go over directions. And you guys, all along since chapter 5, what have we been doing in our books with new, interesting, challenging words, Justina?
Underlining them.
We've been underlining them. So it should be really easy for you to go back and find a word that you want to use. The second step is once you have your word, you're going to sign up for your word on the chart paper. You're going to come to me. I've got my chart paper all set up in my room. All of your teachers have chart paper in their room. You're going to include your name, the word, and the page number. Okay? For the virtual students, Yesenia, you're the only virtual one on today, but you're going to be able to tell me what word that you want to do. The only challenging part for you is I don't have a blank Frayer model for you, so you're going to have to kind of draw your own, which is very easy to do. Okay, so as a reminder, once the word is taken, Rylan, you're looking in your book, you should close your book and just pay attention up here for now. Once the word is taken, it may not be used again by any other student in that classroom. So let's say Casey signs up for a word. I'm going to go open up my book, and on page 269 or 268, I got the word pompously. Okay, once Casey or one person has that word belongs to him. No one else can sign up for that word. Frank, do you have a question? Okay, raise your hand if you have a question. Yes, Jasmine?
What do we do if we don't have clothes?
You're going to find it very challenging to do today's assignment. But what I will do, Jasmine, is I will give you a loaner book. And what's the cost of a loaner book, Parker? 10 points. All right, so 10 points will get you a loaner book for the day. And as you saw the scoreboard, you guys are working together. So your house, Jasmine, is you, Alicia, Jocelyn, and Jamie, who is behind you. But then there are Hufflepuff students in Mrs. Faulkner's room. There are Hufflepuff students in Mrs. Holmes's room. And there are Hufflepuff students in Mrs. Mullen's room. There's about 18 Hufflepuff students. And so that affects everyone in your house. Okay? Just like real Hogwarts. Okay, you will only have today in class to work on your model, so work diligently. Now, this says we will be presenting them during the last 15 to 20 minutes. We're not going to do that. We're not going to try to present them today. We're going to present them on Friday. Okay, so as a review, you guys have them in front of you, and here is my example. That's about as small as I can make it. Okay, but Frayer models have six sections, guys. Remember, the word goes in the middle. And how should we write the word? Sophia?
We should write it so that way there's no slash. The word goes in the middle, big and bold.
Big and bold, that's the answer to the question. Guys, write it big and bold. That word should stand out more than anything on your Frayer model. Big and bold. Okay, the second, number 2, the sentence from the text goes in the top left. Include the page number. Okay, so that is this word goes in the middle, big and bold. The sentence goes here. And it should fill the space. Nice and neat. You guys need to be writing neatly. The full sentence from the text. And notice that's what it says here. Copy the whole sentence properly. Okay, number 3. The definition of the word goes in the top right. Include the part of speech. So you're going to include whether your word is a noun, a verb, an adjective, or an adverb. Where are you going to go to get this definition and the part of speech, Justina? Very good. And if you're wondering where Word Central is, one, you can see I can click right here on the link in the directions. Okay? Or on the blog, right underneath the links. Okay, we have Mr. T's Google Classroom. We have our YouTube channel for all of our videos. We have Kid Blog, which we've not used. Newsela, which we haven't used. Our APW school site. And then right below it is Word Central. You're going to use Word Central. Okay, back to the directions. All right, so that's the definition. And that goes in the top right. That goes in this section right here. Number 4, synonyms and examples go in the lower left. Remember, synonyms are words that mean the same thing. You will, again, use your own knowledge and you will use Word Central. Number 5, antonyms and opposites go in the lower right. Again, we're going to use our own knowledge and Word Central for synonyms and antonyms. Okay, so that is these two sections right here. Synonyms and examples go here. Antonyms and opposites go here. The last section is an illustration. An illustration of your word goes at the very bottom. All right, and again, this is the blank one, and that's where the illustration goes at the very bottom. Okay, so here, some real quick tips to do our best. I'm going to call on you guys to read them here in class. All right, so volunteers. First tip, Jasmine, is to... Good, write big and bold. Okay, if you have 4 synonyms, fill up that space with 4. So write in a way that's going to fill it up. If there's 10 synonyms, you're going to have to write them smaller, but fill that space. All right, John, number 2.
Make sure everything is spelled correctly.
No spelling errors on here. Every word is going to be in the dictionary or in the book. Okay, you guys need to make sure there's no spelling errors. Sophia. Good. When it comes to your writing, we're never going to put any pencil on this. You may want to start with pencil and do a pencil first, but then you're going to want to go over it in dark colored pencil or dark fine tipped markers. I have markers in my room. Okay. You're going to want to go over it with dark colors. Your words want to come off the page. Okay. Alicia, the next bullet says what? Very good. Your coloring should not cover up the information. We should be able to see your word, the definition, the part of speech, the sentence, the synonyms and antonyms. We should be able to see them really easily. Don't go ahead and write in like yellow and then color in blue. We won't be able to see what you wrote. All right. Next bullet for tip to do your best. Frank says what? Frank, can you read the next bullet? The only one that's highlighted.
Be aware of the time and work diligently.
Good. Be aware of the time and work diligently. All right, so just make sure that you're using your class time wisely. I shouldn't see you guys not doing anything. I should see you working at all time. This bullet right here, I'll read. It says this. Do not just copy the definition from the dictionary. Try to fully understand the definition and put it in your own words if you can. When you look up these words, many of these words are going to have more than one definition. Should you write all of the definitions down?
No.
No. So what do? Pick the first one?
No.
No. What do you do, John?
You read them all and then you take a little bit from each one and make...
You started off well. You read each one, and then you need to do something. Justina?
And then you can still write online that describes that word.
Yeah, okay. Again, once you've read all the definitions, you pick the one that matches the way that the word was used, okay? Words have more than one definition, so that's why you need the sentence from the text. So you can look at that sentence and you can understand, okay, this is the definition that goes with that word. Words will often have more than one definition. Don't forget to include the part of speech. You'll find this in Word Central. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, or adverb. And you might want to complete the model in pencil first and then go over your own work in pen, markers, or colored pencils. Okay? You guys already all have a blank template. If you mess up, I can give you an extra one. I've got plenty of extras. All right? Now, these were some examples I've already showed you guys, so I don't want to spend a ton of time on them. But here, again, you can see the word was vigorously. It's written bold. All right? Here is the sentence from the text, written in black pen, nice and big. Here is their definition. Again, filling the space, including the part of speech that it is. It's an adverb. Here are their synonyms. I don't know why they included this sentence here, but there's 3 synonyms. Here are 3 antonyms. What could they have done with these antonyms? Piper? Could have made them bigger. Could have filled that space even bigger. And then here is an illustration. You can see Rylan. Is there any white paper left over? No, it's all been colored in. Here's another one. The word is lurching. Notice, what did they do with their definition here? One, it is written nice and big, but it's written in what? Ruth? I can't hear you. You're going to really have to speak up. You got a barrier and a mask in front of you. No. I love that lurching is on. It's written in pencil. It's written in pencil. No pencil on your finished copies. And again, look at this. Can you really read their definition? No, because their definition is written in light black ink and then they colored it over in dark blue. It's very hard to see the definition. Although I do like that their synonyms and antonyms are written pretty big, relatively bold and easy to read. And they have a decent illustration here, although I wish they would have colored the background. All right, and then here's another one. Okay, the word is gaunt. It was found on page 182. We have the sentence from the text, although they messed up on the sentence from a text. They didn't include the entire sentence. They only included the quote part. Okay, but we have a definition. It's an adjective. It's written nice and bold. They did a really good job with synonyms and antonyms, and their illustration is done really well. Okay, so now, I'm not going to take the time to show you guys Word Central again. I can answer individual questions about that because, again, the majority of you know how to use that website. Okay, are there any questions from Mrs. Holmes' room or Mrs. Falk? All right, are there any questions from anybody in here? Okay, so the first thing that you guys need to do is find your word, and then you need to sign up for your word. So this is what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to have you get in a line in the front of the room here. Make sure your mask is on. Okay, boys and girls, the last thing that I forgot to mention to you is that with today's Frayer models, make sure that they're fully colored and make sure that you go to the Google Classroom, that you go to the Classworks tab. I know you can't really see it behind me, but you can just listen to these directions. Go to the Classworks tab and then make sure that you click on the Frayer model for chapters 5 through 13. This is where you're going to go ahead and you're going to upload your picture on Google Classroom. So make sure that you upload your picture so that I can evaluate your work. Okay, so tomorrow, guys, we'll be going over the practice test for the New York State test. And then on Thursday, we'll be doing the state test. And on Friday, we'll share our Frayer models. So I will see you later, and you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.